Hi everybody. Today, in hopes that the full version of Bitwig 6 will be dropping soon, I'm just going to go over one of the ways that I've really enjoyed using the automation lanes, and that is to modulate LFOs in a bass. And you can use that to make some pretty cool variations in a sound. And a lot of the music that I make falls under the general categories of sci-dub or sci-bass or global bass or whatever. And I find those kinds of harmonically rich bass sounds that have a lot of modulation on them to be pretty cool. So this will be pretty quick. So I'm not going to get too fully into depth with it, but you can follow along. So I am going to be using Serum 2 to make a bass because that's what I normally use. And you can replicate that using Bitwig devices, or you can just load any kind of preset. And if you would like to skip ahead to the part where I'm not creating the bass, I will put that in the description, and you can just click on the timestamp there to get right to the automation. So I've got this pretty basic drum loop that I threw together. All right, so I will just start off by adding some MIDI in here. I am in D minor apparently, so that's what I'm going to do. So for starters here, add Serum. And what I'd like to do is I'll drop this probably 2 octaves to start. What I would like is to have this have a separate sub, and I do this as a point of convenience because a lot of times I have multiple basses. Who knows, maybe I'll do that in this video. And I just find it to be a little bit more convenient to have them all going to one sub, and it's nice to be able to fully process them separately. You can do this on one channel, but I do just find it to be a little bit tidier to do this way. So I'm going to hit Command T, or whatever you would hit on Windows, to add another track, and I'm going to add another instance of Serum here. I'm going to turn off oscillator A, turn on the sub, and drop this also 2 octaves. I'll leave this as a sign. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a note receiver. I made a whole video about all the different ways, many different ways you can use the note receiver if you'd like to check that out. So I'm going to choose as the source here by clicking on this, A bass. And you'll notice this is not, in fact, receiving any MIDI. And that's because Serum, as well as several other plugins, do not pass MIDI through them for whatever reason by default. And you can just quickly circumvent this by putting it into a chain or a group. And because you can just hit Command G to group, that's what I tend to do because I don't know that there is a quick way to do the chain. If there is, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. So now the instrument layer will pass through MIDI. See that here. All right, so one other thing I'd like to do is to separate out the frequencies that these are going to be sending to the mix. So I created a preset based on a video that Polarity did. I won't get into that, but you can use relative key track here to allow the note which is coming through to dictate where your EQ is going. So now, remember I put this bass down 2 octaves, so I actually have to add a note transpose here and put that down 2 octaves. And now that means that this Serum is going to be receiving a note that is 2 octaves lower. So I'll set that back to 0. Maybe we'll take this down 1 octave. That sounds about right. And I've got another similar preset here that I made. Highly recommend you check out that polarity video. I'll try to see if I can find a link to it because it's a really useful technique. I don't remember what it's called. Let's see. Here we go. And this also is not passing MIDI through. Maybe I don't need that. There we go. That's right. Okay. So yeah, to get the relative key track to this EQ plus EQ5 also, I need to group the sub. Okay, so I'm going to go back to designing some kind of bass. And I think I'd also like this to hit on the and the second time. 1E. All right, that's good. And I'm going to set the phase randomization to 0 here, and I'll turn on oscillator C, set it to sine, turn the level all the way down, and I'm going to select phase distortion from C. You could, of course, also choose a wavetable here to make some unique sounds. But for now, I'll just stick with this. That's probably a fine place to start. I'm going to turn on this filter, set it to 24, turn it down around here, and I'll grab LFO 1, looking something like that, and assign it to the cutoff. I like that, but the whole point of this is to modulate the LFO, so let's see how it sounds maybe with triplets, quarter note triplets. I'm going to add another one here, and I'll use maybe this one. And let's see how this sounds on the wavetable position. Take the width down. And maybe I'll give this a little phase distortion as well. That's aggressive. There we go. There we go. And who knows, maybe a little more resonance. That's cool. I wonder how this will be with a band pass. like that as a quick and dirty bass. And I'm going to add in some effects. I'll do a distortion, maybe an overdrive. What else am I going to want in here? I'm going to split this into low, mid, and high. Maybe move this around, somewhere around 700. If you're in Bitwig, you can use a multi-band effects here. And I would like to have maybe some convolution here. I'm going to add in another distortion in the mids. I'll use this asymmetrical one. This is sounding a little intense. Oh, and I have this set to free. It should be on retrigger. And I'm going to, of course, put some OTT on the end of this, because why not? Is there anything else I want to put in here? I don't think so. Oh. Well, you know what? I put this in by mistake, so let's just try it. This is kind of a frequency shifter. All right, cool. Oh, and I also wanted to, this second overdrive here that is on the mids, I'm going to assign this also to it. Okay, so that's fine for now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to Serum and click on this time base here. So now that's my automation lane. And what I'll do is highlight the first two bars of this 4-bar loop, hit Command J, and now I have an automation clip. And I'm going to hold this, drag it over, and hit Command and Option. Now these are aliased, so any changes I make to the first one will also happen to the second one. Alright, so probably this first hit I'll leave the same. But maybe this one could be eighth note triplets to start. So I'm going to highlight it, hit 2 and move this up. That's too fast. Let's see. This should show me what it is. I wanted what? Eighth note triplets. So I'll leave it on 16ths there, and this one, let's see, maybe dotted eighth. And actually, to access this in Serum, I have to turn on the dot. In Bitwig, if you are using just a regular LFO or curves or whatever you might be using to accomplish this, you can just, they'll all be there without having to switch it on. All right, and what we can do now is to give this a little bit more variation. As I said, all of the changes that I made in the first one were copied over into the second one. So now I can right-click this, hit Make Unique, and now any changes that I make to one will not affect the other. So maybe I'll just move this loop over to the second half here so I can just hear that one exclusively. And maybe I can make this a little bit faster for the later portion here. Let's see how 16. But I think I'd like this to come back down to, it probably won't matter much because it's so short. Let's try same. About 16th note triplet. And maybe sometimes it would be fun to put some, like, egregious resonance on here. So I'll assign an LFO to the resonance. And let's see where this might sound cool. I'll just make this whole thing an automation clip and open it up. You don't have to make it an automation clip, but I often do. How about this? I'll highlight that, hit 2, and hold Option and move this up. Maybe I'll curve this up here and move this over. I think this one here could be real fast. And I think for this portion here, I could have a higher resonance, so I'm going to highlight this. Where was that? I think it was here. And move that over there, hit Option, and expand this here. And it seems like maybe this could be a little bit faster. Oh, and I think... Alright, so I've got this looping. I'm going to hit Command J because I would like... So now each note is its own unique thing. I'll make this one a little longer. Lower the cutoff a little. I think another thing I'd like to do here is also in the mids add in a little down sample. You could use bit 8 for this. And put the mix pretty low and assign this LFO to that also. Alright, just for fun, I'm going to add in one more bass. I think this note here, okay, let me just first add this bass. I'm going to use Serum again, and I'd like a lot of these things to be the same, so I'm actually just going to double this. But I'm going to delete all of the automation lanes. So click one, then hit shift, click on the last one, and I've got that. I guess I should have called that bass 1. I'll call this bass 2 and leave that at A bass. That's fine. So now I only want this note here, and I only want this to play the second time. So in here, I'm going to go into this one, and I'm going to have this play only the first of 2 times. For the time being, just to get this sound, I'm going to mute that and loop this section. I'm going to go down to the sub. I'm going to hit Command G on the note receiver, double the note receiver. I'm going to rename this one so that I know what I'm doing, A bass. And I'm going to rename this one bass 2. And here, I'm going to change this to bass 2. So this should receive that. Cool. So here, I'm going to go back into Serum. And I'm going to hit initialize I'll drop this again. I don't remember, maybe 3 octaves. I'm not going to spend any time looking for a wavetable here. I'll just use a sine, phase randomization to 0, and another sine, phase randomization to 0, PD from B. Let's see how this sounds. Let's see how this sounds. If you're using Serum, you can right-click, choose mode, hit harmonics. And maybe I'll do another, I'll put some unison on this one, 1 octave down, take out the fundamental here, and I'm going to send both of those through this filter. So this one, well, I'm not going to modulate it because it's only playing the one time, but you could change the modulation throughout a full track. This can be longer, so I'm just going to shorten this, hit Option here, and drag it out. Well, let's just try the whole thing. Yeah, cool. Let's just real quick and dirty throw a little bit of distortion on here, and what else? Compressor. Multiband, sure. All right, let's see how this sounds now. And I need to turn this back on. Highlight, hit Option A. Okay, I forgot about this. I didn't do this before. This is going to play the first time. This is going to play the second time. So I'm going to double click this, hit this note now. So I use in the modulators the repeats option, or what is this called? Recurrence. And now this is only going to play the second time. So this is the first time. Did I not do it on here? I did. I don't know why these recurrence operators are not cooperating. I'm going to assume it's a Bitwig bug. And I guess that is what it is. All right, so to circumvent that, I'm just going to double everything and delete this, and just in case it decides it wants to work now, I'm going to turn off recurrence here. But since I'm here, this gives a nice opportunity to vary this second half a little bit. So first of all, what I want to do is go here. I'm going to click on this Serum, turn on MPE over here, and I'm going to go into the sub and turn on MPE. For third-party plugins, you usually need to do this, but if you're using a Bitwig native device, you do not. So this one, I'm going to add in an obnoxious pitch bend. I'm going to hit P. I don't remember. I think you have to program that yourself if you want in shortcuts, settings, shortcuts. And you can search color notes by pitch class. Toggle edit note transpose is what you're looking for. Normally P makes it play, and I thought that was silly because you have the space bar, so I removed it and changed it to P for pitch. All right. Why didn't that bend? I think Bitwig's just being quite buggy right now. Did I not turn on? It's because I didn't turn on MPE. Okay. There we go. Obnoxious pitch bend for the win. All right, so in the interest of further creating some variation, I want to go here and I'm going to make these all the same, and let's just see how this lands. This bass doesn't actually sound very cool, but that's really okay. Let's go back in here and make it faster for the second part again. Select the part I want to move and hold Option and move it up. This will be something quite fast. Way too fast. What am I on right now? 64th. That's for crazy people. Now I'll extend this note. I need to turn off the pitch if it'll let me. Extend it to there, why not? And let's see if I can actually remember what I wanted to do. Yeah, I think what I want to do now is take this down to like half. And for that latter portion, I'm going to go into my resonance, do one of these guys. Maybe do it like that. Maybe do something like this. Hold shift so that I'm just getting right there, and I'm going to move this out to here, and I'm going to, let's see, hold Option and squeeze it down like this, and then I'm going to hit Command D and double it. Let's see how that works. Okay, so essentially here, I've turned, I think this is really a 2-bar loop as far as what the bass is doing, and I've turned it into an 8-bar loop, not even including this, just with the modulation. And, you go on and add some more cool sounding stuff, which I'm not going to do right now, but you might as well, and hopefully come up with something real cool. I'm excited for Bitwig 6 to come out. I hope it comes out tomorrow. That would be rad. But if not, whenever it does, I am here for it, especially because it's still been kind of buggy for me. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.